In the quiet village of Clucksville lived a tiny but mighty black and yellow chick named Ziggy. Ziggy wasn't like the other chicks in the coop. While others flapped around chasing worms and gossiping about grain brands, Ziggy was out doing karate kicks in puddles and training to be the first chick superhero. One bright morning, Ziggy was practicing his Shadow Cluck 360 spin behind the barn when he heard a high-pitched yelp from the forest. Ziggy paused mid-spin, beak open, feathers fluffed. "That's not a squirrel," he muttered. "That's a puppy's scream." Without even tying his tiny red cape, which was really just a leaf he tied around his neck, Ziggy bolted toward the sound, his little chick feet going pitter-patter, pitter-plop across the muddy trail. Deep in the forest clearing, a wide-eyed golden puppy named Bubbles was cornered, whimpering. Standing over him was none other than Gorgo the lizard, a lizard so big and slimy he looked like he'd swallowed 3 garden hoses and a trampoline. Gorgo had a tongue longer than a garden hose and breath that could curl daisies. Crunchy outside, fluffy inside," Gorgo hissed, licking his lips. Ziggy didn't hesitate. He puffed his tiny chest, squawked as loud as a chicken nugget could, and shouted, "Back off, you walking handbag! That puppy is under Cluck protection!" Gorgo blinked. "What are you, a spicy marshmallow?" "I'm your worst omelet," Ziggy screamed and launched himself at the lizard's face, pecking, flapping, and somehow kicking his little leg with the power of an angry bird. As Bubbles barked in awe and confusion, Ziggy led Gorgo on a wild-goose-no chick chase through the forest. They zoomed through beehives. Ziggy dodged, Gorgo didn't, fell into a mudslide, and even got chased by a gang of angry raccoons in bandit masks. Somewhere along the way, Ziggy tricked Gorgo into stepping into a giant basket trap he made out of twigs, yarn, and pure determination. Once the lizard was caught and tangled like spaghetti in a strainer, Ziggy strutted back to Bubbles, muddy, bruised, and proudly holding up one of Gorgo's fake eyelashes. He wasn't even scary. He just needed a hug and some lotion. Back in Clucksville, Ziggy returned with Bubbles on his back like a cowboy with a sidekick. The chickens cheered, the roosters did the wave, and the mayor, who was a goat with a monocle, awarded Ziggy with the golden grain of glory. From that day on, Ziggy became a legend. Kids wore feathers in their hats, and puppies barked in honor. The end. And that's today's story, a reminder that you don't have to be big to be brave. Just a wild heart, a clever plan, and a cluck loud enough to send a lizard scurrying back to yoga class. The end.